Owusubempah, I don't know first time I'm already visit over 18 subscriber to so.
NPP, Akuffo Addo will never forget this from Haruna Iddrisu after Akuffo Addo removed that comma. NPP, Akuffo Addo will never forget this from Haruna Iddrisu. Thank you. Who is Haruna Iddrisu? Haruna Iddrisu is a veteran politician. He hails all the way from the northern region of Ghana, where he taught in a number of schools. And at the same time, he started building up his own political career. He was a student politician. He knew exactly what he wanted to do. He went to law school and he is a qualified lawyer. Though I don't have or I don't know of any instance where he went to court to defend a cockroach or a lizard. This is Haruna Iddrisu. Haruna Iddrisu is the Minister of Education. He's held different ministerial positions under different governments. It looks like every time he gets an appointment, because of his value, what he's made of in the north, if he endorses you, there's no way you will lose an election. He had a big fight with Murtala Muhammad Ibrahim in those days of blessed memory, and he lost the election. Later, when they patched up, he won the next election. Haruna is so respected in the northern region and beyond. The people see him as a philanthropist. At the time, Murtala Muhammad Ibrahim said, and it's on tape, anybody can listen to it, that this guy here called Haruna had ill-gotten wealth, and that he, Murtala, was not interested in that kind of wealth, and therefore this man should stop flaunting ill-gotten wealth. He was angry that he came to his constituency campaigning, whatever it was. But these are things in the past, especially that Murtala is now gone into eternity, and even they were able to sort themselves out before he died. I believe he's resting in peace. This is Haruna Iddrisu. There was a publication that hit the news headlines. It was in the news reel. It was big. And it was about the Addo bawumia government that was changing the names of some universities and other such institutions in Ghana. It was on Ghana Web. Watch this. And this, my brother, my sister, was way back, published on the 6th of May, 2025. Government lists universities, polytechnics renamed by Akuffo Addo that were to be reversed. Run the story. And we want to be quick with this. Watch this. Now the government has listed a number of public tertiary institutions whose names will be reverted to their original names after they were renamed during the Addo Akuffo Addo government. Now the Minister of Education, Haruna Iddrisu, in a video clip from a recent public engagement, announced the move by the government. He explained that the reversal of the names of the institutions does not mean that the people they were renamed after are undeserving. Some names of some public universities were changed and renamed during the tenure of President Addo Akuffo Addo. There is a policy shift. There will be changes in the names of the universities that were renamed. It is not to fail to recognize the contribution of any individual or their standing, or undermine the legacy of any statesman, or diminish their contributions to our national effort, he explained. Watch this. Haruna Iddrisu added that he will soon be sending a bill to Parliament to change the names of the institutions before proceeding to name them. Hey, my brother, and that is very important. He said he will be sending the bill to Parliament, and we'll be taking you to Parliament very soon. I will introduce a bill in Parliament that will seek to rename some of the public universities in Ghana, including the Dr. Abdallah Salifu Technical University, back to Tamale Technical University. Simon Dombo University will be renamed CK. Tidem University of Technology and Applied Sciences will be renamed, and Dr. Ephraim Amu Technical University will be renamed back to Ho University, he said. He added, I am still engaging with traditional authorities, engaging with members in academia and alumni associations, students and civil society to make that determination. But those who deserve national honors will still keep their national honor. I love that. Because I would like Ephraim Amu to still be there. If for nothing at all, he gave us a beautiful anthem. Beautiful one. Now, these are some of the universities whose names were changed. University of Development Studies, WA. University of Development Studies. The Akuffo-Addo government changed the name of the UDS campus in WA in the Upper West region to Simon Diedong Dombo University of Business and Integrated Development Studies. They want to revert it to its original name. Flip. More universities. And who was Simon Dombo? He was a member of parliament during the First Republic of Ghana. And he aligned with the NPP. Now watch this. Ho Technical University, which was formerly known as Ho Polytechnic, was renamed by Akuffo-Addo as the Ephraim Amu Technical University. President Addo Akuffo-Addo announced the name change during the Grand Durbar of the 50th anniversary celebration of the university. I would like this name to remain. Now, University of Energy and Natural Resources, oh my God, in Sunyani, in the Bono region, was renamed after the late Prime Minister of the Second Republic, Professor Kofi Abrefa-Busia, by Akuffo-Addo. What did he do for Ghana? Except to come and misbehave and get himself removed. Finally, he went back to England where he died. Tell us his contribution. Not any dead man is worthy of celebration. Some of them have become ghosts and will never return in our memory, except for bad reasons. Oh yes. Now, according to the president, Dr. K.A. Busia is an illustrious son of the region. Hence the decision to honor him, then build a university and name that after Atai in Accra, after Atai is from Accra. Now, University of Education, Winneba, Kumasi campus. President Nana Addo Akufo-Addo renamed the Kumasi campus of the University of Education, Winneba, which was established by the government of the late former President Jerry John Rawlings as the Akentane Apia Menka University of Skills and Entrepreneurial Development. He announced that the Kumasi campus of the University of Education will become an autonomous institution under the name University of Skills and Entrepreneurial Development. He noted that the decision was far advanced in making the school an autonomous institution. Dash it away. Many more universities, my brother, my sister, named after their cronies, NPP members, people of the UP tradition, the NLC, and beyond. Even universities that were not built by them, they took out the original name and put their cronies' names on those. Haruna went to parliament as he promised. And there he had a heated argument with the minority in parliament, the micro minority, my brother, my sister. And this was what ensued. I would like you to take note of what he said about Ken Oforiatta in this tape. But listen attentively. This is something the NPP, Nana Addo, and all the perpetrators of this evilous act will never forget. Run it, my youth.
Ghana's administrative and constitutional structures by CK. He who seeks equity must do equity. When you are renaming those universities, CK them, SB Dombo, Abai Fakabo, what happened to him? Jato Kalio, what happened to him? LR Abavana, what happened to him? You are not naming Kojo Bosio or K. Bedama or Kofi Baku. But I take a good value of your argument. Political tolerance. Were you tolerant at that hour? You were not. one-sided. So maybe today I've learned a lesson from you that when you preach political tolerance, he who seeks equity must do equity. He who comes to equity must come with clean hands. Political tolerance, at the time you were one-sided. You didn't take the nation along, but I'm guided by your advice. Then, Mr. Speaker, to assure our colleagues again, when they say, I've given you names, Abayefa Kabo, Jato Kaliu, Abavana, probably they share the same philosophical political thinking, but those were not the names you recognize. Believe me sincerely that President John Dramani Mahama received a number of petitions in protest against the naming. Then, to put it simply, there were names before you change it to those names. So let's not argue as if I'm coming just fresh. No, the universities had names. You change the names, we are rechanging to the original names. And Mr. Speaker, I should thank colleagues. Now to the minority leader. I cherish your argument, and I have always advocated. You remember even my comment when he said that in a democracy, compromise is essential. I'm a true advocate of it. You recall, even when we said Senja Kenoforiata, I made persuasive gestures to you and your side that let's save the Ghanaian economy and save this country. We probably, if you reason with me at the time, you would have been guided to save this country. You said I was in the minority. Today, even President Akuffo may probably disappointed if in nothing but he getting Ghana into a debt exchange. But at the time, we wanted to be nationalistic. We kept advising you that the way he was going, he was likely to crush you. You thought it was opposition talk. It's not all your comments that I take with a pinch of salt. Believe me, even yesterday I was reading about significant strides you have made in building libraries and naming them after people. I appreciate you for that. But on this, Mr. Speaker, we are renaming.
On this, Mr. Speaker, we are renaming, reverting to the original names of the university. Listen to the eloquent nature in Haruna's delivery. In every democracy, compromise is essential. If I got nothing at all, I pick up that. And he said, in opposition, when Kenoforiata was driving the national economy vehicle so recklessly towards Hades, and the opposition came together, he being the leader approached the majority leader and spoke to Afenyomark and said, hey, my brother, we all know that the direction this man is going with the economic van is dangerous. You rebuffed whatever he said and said that was opposition talk. Today, that took you into opposition with the most humiliating percentages and numbers. Nana Addo cannot come out in public. He has become a villain worse than Atai. Today, people who even had the name Akuffo Addo are reverting and changing their names to Kwame Mensah. Members of the NPP, stalwarts like Kwame Pianim and more, Nyawo Tamaklu, have all turned their backs to this useless, miserable party that drove our country into disaster. Haruna said at the time, he told this guy on behalf of the opposition, let us censure this guy. Let Ken stay away. You would choose another person to run the country better. No, they wouldn't listen. If I had my own way, I would force Afenyomark to go and bring Kenoforiata. And if he doesn't get him, he should stay there with him. These are wreckers of the economy. Useless wreckers of the economy. And I am angry, brethren. You were told and you knew that the man had failed. Even members of the majority in parliament, some of them teamed up against Kennedy I beg your pardon, Ken Oforiatta. But no, people like Afenyo Markin still sang his praises and refused to bring common reason to the table. Today the man has run away from us. Debt exchange has slapped us left, right, and center. Whoever thought that Ghana will recover like this? I never thought Ghana will recover the way it's recovered within a year. I gave Mahama at least 3 years to be able to fix the economy. But within 2 months, the economy was already rolling. Doomsday was a thing of the past. Today, Mahama is going around satisfying teachers. Now they're going to give teachers free accommodation and all that. And Kwame Pianin at the meeting, what did he say? He said, Mahama, the way you are going, 80% of all the teachers in Ghana are going to run after you and support you. And that pains me. It was on the lighter side for my party, the NPP. Nana Addo was a useless president. We don't want to hear about the NPP and all their nuances and caboodles. We have had enough of these arrogant people. Enough of a certain majority that was most useless. Enough of a parliament that's a disgrace to Ghana. And Haruna has made it clear. And you saw the face of Afenyo Markin there. He told him point blank, you did not carry the nation along when you took those decisions. Can somebody underline that? You did not take the nation along. You took your egos, wearing your egos on your sleeves. You left behind all the ideas that were hot cookies, top cookies. You left everything behind and moved like headless jakes and crashed the economy. Many died. All the people who died in the ill-equipped hospitals, all those who died because of the DDEP, their blood is on your hands, up in your market, and all those useless people who looked down on the nation and took a journey leaving the nation behind. That's what Haruna is saying. All these universities and polytechnics had original names. If you want to name them after your cronies, who we don't disrespect, build institutions and then name them. No, institutions that were already there by force. The arrogance of a Lilliput. You took off those names. How dare you? A whole town, a whole city has the name on an institution. You dare remove it and put an individual on it. Are you crazy? It's like taking off the name Ghana International Airport and then you put an individual's name on it. It's so disrespectful. If anything at all, you must have a certain institution different from this and slap the individual's name on that. This is common sense. You don't need a university degree to think like this. This is what they did to us. And Haruna and the NDC under Mahama are saying that, you know what? We are not going to name this after our cronies, so that we would have a certain kind of hanky-panky seesaw game, musical chairs. When we are out of power and you also came, then you do the same and we keep doing that. Just like they are playing musical chairs with the Flagstaff House and the Jubilee House. Same thing, different names. Haruna has spoken and is going to be a scar on their conscience. A big scar on their conscience. And this scarification was initiated by the Lilliput in power, with his liar who followed him like a headless jack. Today he too wants to become president. Nkrumah's spirit will not accept that. It's the Black Pot, aka Kukushonomo. And here
comment section one. Na no first time I am revisit over 80 subscribe button also. Makramo